All right, hello. Sorry, I was testing some things, but now you can hear me. Hello, everybody. And by everybody, I mean literally nobody. But hi, welcome back to episode 2 of the Mentally Growing Podcast, a podcast where we hope to mentally grow together and have conversations about the world, pop culture, politics, everything that you want to talk about. I'm here to listen and we can chit chat. If you do end up in this live, please comment while we are doing our thing here so that way we can have a fun conversation. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep blabbing and talking until I'm done. So, first discussion that we're going to have tonight is we have to get an update on Mr. Armie Hammer and the shitstorm that has been created around this man. It just gets fucking worse. It just gets worse. So the fun thing is I figured out how to have 2 screens. So guess what, guys? We have 2 screens now. That's me! You guys get to see my world. All right, guys. So our topics tonight are going to be Bling Empire, Armie Hammer, RuPaul's Drag Race. What else did I say I wanted to talk about tonight? Oh, we were going to check the Daily Mail for some crazy stuff. Now, here's the thing. We probably won't get to the Daily Mail stuff because guess what? The Armie Hammer stuff is on the Daily Mail. So here we go. I'm going to do a little bit better at doing trigger warnings. So trigger warning. This topic about Armie Hammer is very dark, mysterious, fucked up, horrible, wrong. And hopefully I articulate it to the best of my abilities, but it's pretty fucked up. It's pretty horrible. And I'm not really sure why this man has not been arrested yet because, I don't know how the legal system works, obviously, that well, but how no one's filed a complaint or anything against this man is crazy, and scary. So the first one, it came out that an ex-girlfriend of his, Paige Lorenz, came out and decided to tell her story about her experience with Armie. And might I add that the 2 women that we have talked about are just 2 of many women that have had this conversation. If you go on Twitter, if you go on Reddit, there's way more. It gets even, if you can even believe it, it gets worse and scarier and sadder and more fucked up. These are just ones that have been put out very publicly by women that are choosing to talk. So that's why I feel a little bit more comfortable talking about it versus finding, like, sleuthing on Twitter and trying to find things. I feel like this is a little bit more appropriate for an inappropriate type of conversation. This one is essentially what happened to Paige was she essentially kind of says that they were in a relationship. They kind of started out very Christian Grey, 50 Shades of Grey, which makes me sad because there are actually men and women out there in all kinds of relationships that actually consent to this type of stuff. And I don't mean what we're about to read, but consent to kink-based relationships. And this is, I think, making that world have to hide even more, which is really, really sad because this is not kink. This is not BDSM. Sir? Thank you. This is not that. This is words that I will not say until he is convicted of these things. So Paige Lorenz essentially started out in a relationship with him that I think she started out thinking was BDSM, was, kink, and then turned into Armie carving an A into her groin area. And that he is narcissistic. He has injured multiple women. This is not just her. And it's really, really, it's really crazy. So Armie Hammer's ex-girlfriend, Paige Lorenz, 22, has spoken to DailyMail.com about 2-month-long relationship with the 34-year-old actor. It's crazy because the last woman that we talked about, and I don't remember her name, unfortunately, they were only in a relationship for, I think, 4 months. So these are very long-lived relationships. And I don't even know if you would call them relationships, to be honest with you. It doesn't sound like they were relationships. It sounds like he was with lots of women and at the same time doing crazy shit. The model showed a photo showing where Hammer used a sharp knife to cut his initial A into her skin during a kinky sex game. She said he would love to do knife play where he would wave the blade around and glide it across her skin. One thing that when I was reading this article that I found very interesting that she said was that just because sex is consensual, but like you've said you're consenting, you said you're okay with it, and then something fucking goes awry and you don't feel safe, and so you say yes, and then later you realize, oh my God, like that's not what I wanted to do, that was fucking horrible. That doesn't mean you can't go back and go, whoa, 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 like I consented for my safety. I didn't consent because I actually wanted to do that. I consented because I didn't want to die. So that was an interesting thing that I guess you don't ever really have those conversations, and I don't think it's talked about enough. So that was a very interesting thing that she kind of had talked about. She had bruises all over her when they were together, and there's pictures, so this is a girl. I won't show the pictures of her on her Instagram where you can clearly see that she is bruised. Clear as fucking day, you can see that she's bruised. And I also will not show the A because it's triggering and disturbing and fucking horrible. So this is kind of another woman that's come out and said that it went from being BDSM, little things here and there, and it turned into very disturbing things like the cannibalism that we talked about before, and clearly the knife play. Hammer's lawyer says that basically this isn't true, this is stupid, this is not happening, that this was a mutually consented upon action. It's a lot. If you want to learn more about the situation, I encourage you to go to thedailymail.com and go to this specific article. Like I said, I'm not going to go into pictures and stuff like that because, again, I think it's a little it's triggering enough to talk about it, let alone show pictures of it. That's not going to happen. So the crazy thing that happened with this is some more stuff came out. So Armie kept mannequins in the basement of his family home to practice tying up women and threatened to strangle his dog, ex-lover Paige Lorenz claims. This is more stuff. Instagram model dated Hammer for 4 months. She has called the relationship deeply traumatic and said the actor left her with emotional and physical scars and bruises, same as this other woman that we had talked about. She said that she was definitely had some mental things that she had to work through. He kept those in the basement, and the house that he shared with his ex-wife to practice rope tying for sex. It creeped me out. Honestly, it was really strange. There's photos. Again, I'm not going to show those because they can be disturbing and triggering. If you would like to see them, this is the article. You guys can go to it and look for yourselves. Said that he wanted to strangle his dog. He wanted to strangle her. Again, his lawyer completely denies it. Now, this is where shit takes a fucking turn. Let's get close up here. This is when shit kind of takes a turn. Is now, if you guys follow The Real Housewives, Erika Jayne, also known as Erika Girardi, is a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Apparently, her and Armie live next door to each other in the Hollywood life place, wherever the hell they are. Somewhere in Hollywood, I don't fucking know. I'm never going to get there, never going to be there. Don't care. So, they apparently live next door to each other. Some exchange happened via social media where they found out that they live next to each other. Apparently, Erika heard Armie doing some inappropriate things and said, ooh, I want in. I don't know if she realizes what she would be in for, that she'd be a meal platter. Let me see if I can find the article that I was reading about it. It's literally fucking crazy. I'm literally not gonna be able to find it because it's so crazy. Let me see if I can find it here, guys. So I found out about this through Instagram. Let me see if I can just find the accounts here that I found it through. Okay, so this one is through Bravo Historian on Instagram. She's awesome. If you ever want to follow anything about Bravo, I highly recommend following anything that she does. She's fucking awesome. So this is allegedly from Armie Hammer's Instagram. It's the hidden Instagram that we had talked about. It's called, hold on, let me make sure I'm naming what the account is. The name of it is so funny to me. It is El Destructo 86. Love it. So there's a picture of, I'm pretty sure this is a picture of Erika doing a Instagram ad for Savage X Fenty. It's a blue one. Her like nips are out and everything like that. Fun stuff. And he posts on Instagram a picture of her in that outfit. And she's in what looks like, you know, like leather handcuffs. And it says, my new neighbor just moved in recently and slid into my DMs. She said she can hear what's happening over on my side of the fence and she wants in. This is my new neighbor. And if you look at the picture, this is Miss Erika Jayne. That is her, Miss Erika Jayne. And so people are like, whoa, what is going on? Erika Jayne has been living next door to Armie Hammer, apparently. So after that, another thing got posted by Bravo Historian from someone called the honest_slut_pig. Love that name for Instagram. And the comment, so basically this is from Wilkie_Dana's Instagram. It said, I had to post this before bed. Too good. Remember my video about the sex club and the gossip on Scooter Braun and Erika Jayne? The honest slut pig may have brought this full circle with Armie Hammer scandal. So this is what the message says. It says, so blank just got back to me. She can't write to you herself due to the NDA she signed, but Armie is a dom with young women, but he's also a sub to some older women, e.g. Erika Jayne, obviously, being one of them. He used to go to events with his wife, but she stopped, and he just got more into it. Apparently, same situation with Scooter and his wife. There were some in-home parties in Hidden Hills, the Kardashian land, it says, and she remembers seeing Scott Disick there, but can't recall Corey's face or Erika being there. Anyway, can't disclose her full name, and please keep her anonymous and I anonymous. So, what that has led us to find out, apparently, is that there are sex parties happening in the Hollywood Hills. That's fun. And on top of that, if you look more into this, apparently Scooter Braun and Erika Jayne have been in a relationship for a good chunk of time now. And that came through those sex parties where Armie Hammer has been involved in those parties. And now her, Erika Jayne, and him are somehow intertwined in that. And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. There's a thread on Reddit. Look it up. I will try and find it tonight and link it below when I'm editing all my stuff underneath. It's a shit show. It's fucking crazy. So from what I've gathered here is that it's not just Mr. Armie Hammer. It's a lot of celebrities. It's a lot of people who do stuff with celebrities like Mr. Scooter Braun, which Scooter Braun and himself needs some fucking help beyond just a sex club. Anyway, and so this is a big thing. So what I'm interested in finding out about this conversation is I'm very interested to see that if something happens to Armie Hammer, what else will kind of unravel from it and who else will get in trouble. Because right now, if you follow, you know, social media news and Real Housewives news, you all know that Erika Jayne is in a shit ton of trouble right now with her soon-to-be supposedly ex-husband, that they basically stole money from people in a car accident. Yeah. There is a video here. Let's see if I can. Oh, I have this audio off. Okay. There is a video if you're looking to watch something. I have not seen this, but if you're looking for more information, there is a YouTuber called The Real Andy of Beverly Hills, and he did a video. Again, I have not seen this. I don't know anything about it. Was Erika Jayne, Armie Hammer, Dom. So you can look that up if you'd like and figure that out for yourself. So what I'm starting to think is that we're going to see some unraveling here. I would like to understand, and again, it's just because I'm naive and I don't know these things and I don't know what that process is for victims like this. I would like to know why there's no police reports on Armie Hammer, why nobody has come forward to some type of lawyer or someone in the law world, a cop, anybody to kind of hold this man accountable. And I'm starting to think that if I'm going like the conspiracy theory route, that it's bigger than just Armie Hammer, if you know what I mean. So I'm wondering if this will ever come to fruition, if we're ever going to find out what's really fucking going on with Armie Hammer and this whole crazy bananas, batshit, nuts, Hollywood shit. I would love to see justice come out of this, because it sounds to me like this man needs to be taken away for a little while and possibly go see a doctor. Yeah, so if you guys want to know more about it, if you want me to keep following this story, if you want me to tell you all the other tea that's going on with it, if you want me to follow the Erika Jayne story, I'm happy to do that. If you want me to follow Scooter Braun and his sex club apparently obsession stories, I'm happy to look it all up. Comment below, tell me what you think. I'm happy to do literally any of that for you guys. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is my new favorite show, which is called Bling Empire. So this show is a new show on Netflix. It is basically a spin on Crazy Rich Asians with like the visual and kind of drama of Selling Sunset. It's on Netflix, reality TV show. It's very much Crazy Rich Asians on crack. It's awesome. It's a great show, great reality television show, very, very well done reality TV show. If you ask my personal opinion as someone who watches a lot of reality TV shows, it is very well done. It has drama, it has backstories, it has friendships, it has betrayal, it has rich people, parties, sex, scandal, breakups, makeups, finding baby daddies. It's a fucking crazy show. It has an age range, like older, younger, middle age. It's got it all. So I kind of wanted to just, spoiler alert, if you have not watched this yet, you can skip forward. I will leave the timestamps in the bottom after this. So if you guys are watching this later, you guys can find and skip past this and go on to the next thing. But if you have not watched it, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about some spoilers, because I think this is, I don't know, it's just one of the most well thought out and well done reality shows. And I think the reason why is because these people genuinely know each other and are actual friends before they even taped a single second of the show. They are all friends. Some of them have grown up together. They've known each other for a very long time. So our first little love bug here is Mr. Kane, who I love. He is kind of the funny one. He's the positive one throughout the whole show. Nothing truly horrible and negative happens to him. He kind of is a good little narrator for our show. He's really funny. His cheeks literally go to high fucking heaven. And he makes his money from oil and real estate, and a lot of it is his dad's money. And in the show, Kane kind of reiterates that he doesn't mean, and I think it says it right there, he doesn't mean real estate like a little house, like shopping malls in like Singapore and Thailand and all over the Southeast Asia. Like, these people, let me reiterate this. These people aren't rich. They're rich. These people are billionaires. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want and not have to worry about, I wonder if my credit card will do it. I wonder about this. I wonder about... Nope. They don't have to worry about that. Ever. Ever. They can just live their fucking life. It's incredible. It's incredible. Kane is also a Buddhist, which plays a lot into this show about, they have a lot of talks and conversations. Him and another character have a lot of conversations about the afterlife and death and what they believe in. And Buddhism is a big thing and a big conversation that happens a lot. Next is Kevin. Kevin is kind of, the typical hot guy with no brain. But he's very lovable. He's so sweet. He's so kind. He just wants the best for his friends. He's trying to go after one of his other friends, Kelly, who's in a relationship with this horrible man that we will talk about. And he's super lovable, but he's a little numb. He's a little dumb. He's from Philadelphia. He was adopted. His mother is fucking hilarious. And one of the big storylines in this season was him and another character, Kim, trying to find their birth parents. And Kevin never met his, and he's trying to figure out where they're from, why they put him up for adoption. He's from North Korea, I believe, is his like where he's originally from before he was adopted. And so he's trying to figure that out. And this is the first time he's ever really been around people that look like him. He's very used to living in Philadelphia, being around a lot of white people, I guess. And this is the first time he's actually been around people of his own culture and race. And they've only known him for a year. And they've really taken him in as their own. And this group of friends, like, they go through some stuff, but they truly have each other's backs and love each other. And I really love that about this show. I have something on my face, and I cannot tell what it is. And it's going to drive me insane. Next is Christine and Dr. Gabriel Chu. These people. Okay, Christine. It's so hard because in 1 second, you will literally hate this woman, hate her. And then the next second, you feel so bad for her. And I want to know more about her, and I want to know her storyline. She mentions, like, for like a millisecond about her family, and she had a bad relationship with her dad. And so they kind of go into that a teensy bit, but not a crap ton. And I think that's a lot of where some of the way she speaks and acts is coming from. She's very much on the I'm better than everybody level. Her and this other character, Anna, Anna is my favorite character ever. They go back and forth a lot on who's better, who has more, who is this, who's more famous, blah, 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 blah. She cares a lot about her image. She also is very, very passionate about her background as part of the Asian culture. And they hold a lot of standards for women that she unfortunately has had to bear the brunt of. And a huge storyline that they have in this entire season is about them trying to have another baby. They have their first baby called Baby G, who is so freaking cute. And it's so cute that they call him Baby G. And they don't tell, like, I'm pretty sure he's just Gabriel Chu Jr., but they just call him Baby G, and he's so funny. He's so cute. He's only a year old. They do this massive, insane birthday party for him that was fucking crazy for a 1-year-old. There was no need for it. It was nuts. And Christine does not want to have another kid, but her Dr. G's family is treated her pretty badly at the fact that it took them a very long time just to have Baby G. And we later on, and I won't spoil this because this is a spoiler that I don't want to spoil. We later find out why they couldn't have kids. And it's very shocking and very, very sad. And just that storyline alone, I think, is worth the investment in watching. Because it really does show a more human side of Christine. Because I think a lot of the show, she seems very cold, very hard, very hidden from things, and this storyline really brings a human aspect to her. So wait it out with her. Take some episodes. I think it's like episode maybe 4 or 5. You really start kind of hammering in, but there's a lot to learn about this woman, and I would love to learn more. If she's honest to do it, I would love to learn more. Here's where we're about to lose our shit, okay? This mofo, okay? So this is Kelly and Andrew. Andrew is the devil, okay? He is the fucking devil, and I hate him. He is the embodiment of every man that I've hated in my entire life. Some I've dated, but pretty much he's the most horrible creature on the planet, and this relationship is so toxic. We start off with finding out that Kelly was actually married at one point when she was a lot younger, in her early 20s, I believe it was. And she, as it says right here, she lived this like jet-setting life. She had all this money. It was amazing. Come to find out that her husband was a part of the largest cyber scam in American history. So that relationship ended and somehow she got out of it. I don't know how she got out of this. Like, was she not a part of it in any way, shape, or form? I don't know, but apparently she wasn't because she's doing fine here. And then she met this guy named Andrew, who is a washed up wannabe. You know those guys that like have 30 jobs? And they're like, yeah, I'm an actor, I'm a dancer, I'm a DJ, I'm a rapper. And you're like, cool. Did you make a paycheck this month, bro? Because I didn't see the phone bill get paid. That's this mother trucker. And they have a scene where they go to Paris because Kelly's friend Anna, which we're about to find out in just a minute, who's my favorite character ever, for Kelly's birthday. And they, Anna allowed Andrew to come too. And so there's this scene where Kelly and Anna are going shopping. And they leave Andrew because Andrew was asleep and I guess was up all night. And we're like, okay, we'll let him sleep. Then they're in the store hanging out, doing their thing, looking at stuff. And he calls. And I don't know if he knew he was getting filmed because the unhingedness that occurred, I just don't feel like from a PR standpoint, it was smart to speak this way. He was vile to her. Telling her how horrible she is, what you're so bad of our relationship, there's no give and take, da-da-da-da-da. And I mean, like, it's talking like this. How dare you? I'm not exaggerating. Fucking watch the episode. It is got to be episode 1 or 2. It is from the get-go. You're like, oh yeah, this is a shitty relationship. Like, there is no redeeming this relationship. He looks terrifying. He looks like a serial killer. He looks like the kind of guy, you know, those types of guys that are doing a lot of this, a lot of talking, but you're listening to them and they're actually not saying anything. There's no actual content coming out. They're just talking as much as they can, hoping that they are manipulating you and gaslighting you. He's a really good gaslighter, let me tell you. So their relationship is really fucking crazy. Kelly, I think, it sounds like she's had some pretty bad relationships with men, and it's really infected her life. And you kind of see how it affects her life with Andrew and with Kevin, who she kind of has like a tiny little thing with. And I think we're going to see more of it in season 2, possibly. I'm not sure when this was filmed. It was filmed pre-COVID, so I'm thinking probably 2019, maybe even 2018. So obviously a lot's happened since then, clearly. And I really hope they get a season 2 because I really want to learn more about Kelly and her relationship, and hopefully we never see Andrew ever again. I don't ever want to see Andrew on my screen ever again. Also, just so you guys know, he was the Red Power Ranger in Megaforce. Who fucking cares? Not me. Now to our queen, Anna. Oh, God, I love this woman. She is the best thing that's ever happened to fucking television. She's half Asian, half Russian. So the two most, like, stereotypical, I think, cold people is in one human. And this woman gives 0 fucks. And I love that. There is a scene where Kim and one of her guy friends go up into her bathroom and find a penis pump in Anna's shower. Mind you, this woman has got to be in her 60s. Gotta be. I don't know. They never clarify that. I'm going to assume from the facelift, 60s. And they just throw it out the window. And this woman, like, is so cold and just makes you feel so bad about what you did. But then we'll come back around and be like, I love you. It's not worth it. Life is so much better if we forgive people. We really need to love one another. We can't keep doing things like this. She's like the voice of reason, but at the same time is slowly killing you. It's incredible. She is so fucking rich. She's half Russian, half Japanese. That's what she is. She is the daughter of a billionaire defense contractor, gets away with traveling to Paris more times in a year than she crosses down to the Beverly Hills and Silver Lake. She, like, literally was like, oh, Kelly, for your birthday, I thought we could go to Paris. And she's like, cool. She's like, no, now. And they just, boop, 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 get on a jet, go to Paris. No big deal. Like, it's nothing. It was insane. She's so fucking rich. The first scene that you see her in, she's in a fucking huge-ass red, like, ball gown with her hair all messed up and tied back. And she has a sledgehammer, and she's just banging into a closet wall because she just doesn't want it. Doesn't want it, is doing it by herself, just smashing drywall by herself. And her fucking, like, assistants or maids or whoever are walking up and are like, what are you doing? She's like, I don't want this wall. She's incredible. I can't even give this woman enough credit that she's one of the best reality television stars to ever come out of reality TV. Just watch this show just for Anna. Just for her. Her alone. She's the fucking best. And some of the shady shit she pulls on Christine is really, really funny. This is Jamie. There's not too much to talk about with Jamie. She's not a huge character on the show. She's kind of she's like a sidekick, like a best friend, and she's fun and cute and very naive and literally does, like, takes daddy's money, does whatever she wants. That kind of lifestyle. A big conversation that they have on this show is about what would happen if you got an allowance or mommy and daddy took your money away from you, because we learn, and again, we don't know a lot about it, but we do learn that Christine got basically taken off of her money from her family and had to start over. And then we learn from, what's his face, Kane, that he had like he's kind of going through a similar situation where he doesn't want to make money the same way that his family does, but he knows that if he doesn't, he'll probably get taken out of all the money. So there's a conversation about that going throughout the show. This is Kimley. She's actually a famous DJ, apparently. I didn't know that about her. She's really funny. She's cool. She has a bit of an attitude. She's a little crazy. Her mom is so fucking funny, and it's very much gives off. And they even said, like, I've heard this before. I think Trixie and Katya covered this show, and they said it very much like Kris Jenner vibes. It's really funny, but a really beautiful storyline in this season that is really sad. And again, I won't spoil it, but please go watch it and learn about it. It's really sad, but it's also, I don't know, it has a lot of heart to it. Kim also tries to find her biological dad on the show, and that's where her and Kevin kind of connect. And it's a very interesting storyline. I think it's what brought the heart to the show. And these people's parents, I'll say this too, like Kim's mom, Kevin's mom, who else? Like Anna's kind of a mother figure here. Like these people's parents are so loving and so kind and so accepting of their children. It's kind of mind-boggling. You think except for Christine's husband's family, Dr. G's family, they're fucking nuts and crazy and horrible and basically emotionally abuse that poor woman. Even though Christine is cold, I think she's cold for a reason. It's not just out of thin air. But all these people's parents, like Kevin's mother, who is his adopted mother, she is a fucking angel. She's so sweet, so kind. Kim's mother and stepdad are also very kind and loving and amazing. And these parents of these people are just, you don't see that. Usually it's like crazy and mean and horrible and destructive, and these just people aren't. These people's parents are beautiful humans, and their relationships are really inspiring. And then last, I believe, if I'm correct, last is Sherry Chan and Jesse. And Sherry, I believe, was trying to be a pop star, I believe, back in the couple years ago, I guess. And then her family really hated that and didn't love it, and so she kind of didn't do that. So she's with Jesse. They're not married. They have a very unconventional relationship when it comes to Asian culture, and that gets brought up a lot, especially with Christine. Christine has a very hard time with that. They've already had a child and are not married, and are about to have another one and are not married. And that is a huge conversation, especially with Sherry as well. We also learned that Sherry's mother passed away very recently, and they were very close to each other. And the talk of spirituality and when someone dies and do people ever leave us, that's a conversation that happens not just with them, but also with Kevin and his journey to find his biological mother. It's it's a very well-rounded show. It has the drama that you need because you crave it. It has the craziness. It has the silliness. It has the fun and laughter and drama and all that shit. But there's a lot of fucking heart in this show and a lot of love. And I've never really seen a group of people love each other so much. And I hope that never changes. You know, I don't care if they have spats and disagreements. You know, that shit happens, whatever. But at the core, this group of people really love each other. And that's what kind of brings it all back. And so I hope it does. I really want to know more about some of these characters. I feel like some of them we really got a lot out of. I want to know Anna's background so bad. She's crazy. She said 4 husbands. I want to know all 4 of them. She's like, marriage and divorce are great. I'm like, I want to know who these people are. I really want to know more about Christine's background, especially with her father. She, again, very small, kind of spit it out in an episode, but never went anywhere with it. And then at the end of the season, her and Kim kind of have a heart-to-heart about, you know, you think you want to hold this grudge against people in your life, but you shouldn't do that because one day they could be gone. And Christine really takes that to heart, which I thought was very interesting. I want to know more about Kane. I especially want to know, like, I think we can assume, unfortunately, I hate saying this, but I think we can assume that Kane is gay. And I think in the Asian culture, there's a struggle about that conversation. And I think that they cover so many amazing topics about the Asian culture and things that the Asian community supports and doesn't support and have had to learn from and have changed from. And I think Kane's story could be a great learning opportunity for all of us. So I hope that conversation kind of happens. It didn't happen this year, but I really hope that it comes up, and I hope that that story gets to be told, because I think he's a great, from what I can tell, for at least from this show, I don't know about anything else, but he could be a great person to talk about that. So on Netflix, there's only 8 episodes, and they're only 30 minutes long. It's like a really fast, like boom, boom. You can get it done in a day, less than a day, half of a day. It's so easy. It's literally, if you go it's 4 hours, guys. 4 hours. You can do it. You need to watch it. It's worth it. All right, so last thing that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the looks of Drag Race Season 13. We're going to have a nice little conversation, boys and girls. Boys and girls. All right, guys, so let's talk about the looks, okay? So this is a video from the Drag Race ranking channel. We're going to give it a like. And we are going to talk about the runway looks. The show in general, I think, is going great. They're finally combined. They did an acting challenge this episode. Sorry, I have to drink water. All this talking is making my mouth dry. They did an acting challenge. Then this runway had to do with, oh my God, why can I not think of it? Trains. They had to have magnificent trains, okay? Some people did a great job. Some people fucking did not, let me tell you. All right, so let's start it here. All right, here we go. Let's start ranking them. So this one is Miss Candy Muse. I understood it, but when we're talking about, like, trains, there was no train. This was just the end of a dress. I wanted a fucking train. I wanted, like, if she's going to go with, like, the blood red velvet, like, later on we're going to see somebody else. I can't remember who it is. They have a big bustly train, and that's what I would have, like, loved, this beautiful velvet long ass fucking 30-foot train coming down the way. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's sad that this is all she can get out. I feel bad. Tina Burner burned this outfit. 3 different outfits. Horrible. Horrible. Look at the back of that. That was so bad. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be train tracks, I think. So cool. That being, like, let's have that be the train. Cool, I get it. Train, get it? The little flyaways right here, these things right here, What the fuck are those? And what do those have to do with anything? It doesn't make any sense. This outfit was so bad. And I think the only reason why, from what I could gather from getting a recap of the show, the episode, she did so good in the commercial or movie sketch that they did. That's why she didn't get worse dressed, because if you watch this whole thing, she was hands down the worst dressed. Got Mick, sorry. I always say got milk, it's got Mick. Got Mick. Okay, I don't hate it. I just don't get it. I feel like we're going for like Victoria's Secret model, which I kind of loved. But again, like, I just feel like if I was going to do a train, I would go balls to the fucking wall. I would have, like, I was thinking about this yesterday, about if this was me. I would have had some, like, little wrap around, like, it'll, like, roll up my huge train, okay? Wrap it around, buckle it in the front, walk out, like, all cutesy looking, like, oh my god, I just have a cute little hoop skirt, I'm so cute, what's a train? And then get to the end of the runway, unbuckle it, and just go, whoom, and have it roll all the way to the back. Oh! That's the dream, sis. All right, Tamisha, I actually loved this. It definitely gave me very pageant girl, and I thought it was really actually cute, and I love the color choice. Rosé, I don't know. She looked like she was giving me like business Barbie bitch, but the way that she executed it on the arms, it didn't make sense. This is Elliot with 2 T's. Again, I don't hate it. The problem for me is this looks like toilet paper. That's what I don't like, is the fabric choice looks like toilet paper. And the fabric choice doesn't balance with like the lace look that she's going for. So it just didn't, I don't know, it seemed to me like it was for 2 different outfits. They didn't go together. I think a better fabric choice for the train would have been better. But I do appreciate that bitches working a train. This is the train we're supposed to have. A nice, big, long, bustly, whoop-de-whoop train. This is what we were looking for. I'll give her that. Joey J, this actually didn't make any sense to me. Like, it just looked like fabric. Like, she was trying to be funny and, like, witty and quirky, but it wasn't executed properly. Like, the front doesn't match the back. They don't make sense together. I get it, but it wasn't executed properly. And again, it also, I feel like her and Tina Burner have the same problem, where they're showing the same person over and over and over, just little tiny tidbits here and there differently, but it's the same shit. There's no evolution, there's no change, there's no growth. It's just the same, and I just want to see more from them. You can still have an aesthetic. Like, Utica has an aesthetic, but it's not the same aesthetic. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's just me. I didn't like this. This is Lala Ree. I didn't like it. I think it was the fabric maybe just didn't look good on TV for me. And again, if we're going to do a train like that, so she took one train off to have like the 2 little trains. Again, maybe it's just me. I think the train should be 40 feet long. But that's just me. I want a 40-foot train. Utica. I'm sorry. Carol Burnett, people. Anybody under the age of like 40 is like, who the hell's Carol Burnett? This was so smart. This was witty. This is what I feel like some of the other girls were going for, with like the witty and the funny. And I think Utica knows that RuPaul loves Carol Burnett. And so I think it was funny, and I think she did a great job. And I'm Team Utica. Like, I want her to win. I think she's every single thing she's ever done. The first episode, I was like, ooh, what the fuck? After that, every outfit she's ever done, fucking love it. Absolutely love her. There's Denali. This is the train I was talking about. How Denali's train is thick and full and long. And I feel like that would have been better for Candy in a nice, beautiful blood velvet color coming off the back of it. Ooh, God. Giving me like Dracula, Madam of the House, you know? This one I get. Like, I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. Like, I'm here for it. Very much Miami vibes. Like, I love it. It's good. Olivia Lux. This is another one that didn't do it for me. Like, the front does it for me. The aesthetic does it for me. The train. if we're going for like a Marie Antoinette, where is the bustle? Where's the big? Where's the puff? Give me a huge puffy ass and just swoop it all the way out. It's just like, I don't know. When I think of a train and I think of RuPaul, I'm thinking, oh, we're going to go big or go home. I want a big old one. Now, this one was probably my favorite. Simone is giving it for her people. Let me fucking tell you. A do-rag train. I fucking loved that. She stuck to herself. She stuck to her people. She represented the Black community, and I fucking loved that. And she did it in a very smart, intelligent way. And I think she is, I like her and Utica. They're my favorite. I think the two of them are going to be the top two. I don't know why. I think they're both, they know who they are. They know their aesthetic. They know their audience. And they're both smart. And they know how to use it to their advantage. I just think they're really smart. And then last is Kimora Hall, which I'm so sad. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Again, spoiler alert. Pause. Okay. She ended up leaving. And it makes me sad because she left because of two reasons. One, because she didn't do good in the acting challenge. And two, because she could not fucking move in the lip sync battle. Like, physically could not move. And I don't understand, because I've seen lip sync battles where the drag queen will come out, do their runway, and it's like this certain outfit, and then they find out that they're going to have to do lip sync for their life, and all of a sudden they're changed into like a leotard or something. Why didn't she do that? It's just weird to me. I don't understand. And I feel bad because honestly, her outfit was one of the most beautifully done out of all of them. And I feel bad because it is so well executed, and so well done. And I just feel bad because she looks so beautiful. So yeah, guys, that was the runway looks of the week from RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you to the Drag Race Ranking channel. I gave it a like because, hi, I'm a nice person. Duh. So that's about it, guys. I mean, nothing else going on. I mean, again, if you want me to keep up with the Armie Hammer stuff, I'm happy to do so. I know it's a rough topic and it's very hard to listen to, but I would like to see an outcome come from it, preferably an outcome that involved him going to prison, if this is all true. I know as of right now, it's all alleged, and I get that, but there's some victims out there, and this man has been doing this, and it doesn't sound to me like this is a one-off thing, that this is just Armie. I think there is a hotbed in Hollywood that is a part of this story. And I'm very scared yet interested to know about it, because I think moving forward, we need to start exposing people that need to be exposed in order to take some of the horrid out of this world. And I'm starting to think that this might be an exposure right here. So if you want me to learn more about that and give you more information, I'm happy to do that. I think moving forward, until RuPaul's Drag Race is not happening the rest of the season, I think we will do a nice little recap of all the runway looks, because they're fabulous and wonderful and amazing. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. And any other topics that you want, comment below, leave a like, subscribe. I hope you guys have been entertained or enjoying this podcast, this live podcast. Share with your friends, share with loved ones, share with your dog or your cat. If they have, a lot of people right now have, cat and dog Instagrams. Take those Instagrams, turn them into YouTube channels, and have your dog and cat follow me and subscribe to me. That could be fun. Just saying. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great night, and stay safe, wear a mask, vote, support the Black community, the trans community, the LGBTQIA community, the Native American community, Indigenous peoples community. Support everybody and put love out into